All right. I'm devoid of any fancy openings in this motherfucker. So I'm just gonna come up here and just do this.
Okay.
You have been privy to the bullshit that's being said on YouTube, and you made a podcast about it, implying that I'm some type of pedophile because I said I got 75.
Mm-hmm.
So this dusty ass drug mule
Mm.
goes around to different people's channels telling them that I support or that I'm involved in pedophilia. Even though on my podcast, I specifically said that I personally don't deal with any chick that's under 25.
Right.
So this nigga's in his feelings because on a panel, everybody was co signing, or the women were co signing, that they didn't want to deal with no broke niggas.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, you know what happens. Then he does a little response trying to throw shade at me, and I threw that
Mm.
shit right back. So now he's going around on other people's YouTube channels implying that the people on that panel support pedophilia. Now he's trying to tie us into some shit that we don't support, don't have anything to do with, or that we just don't fuck with, period.
Mm.
But what does a pedophile actually look like in the black community? I mean, let's talk real shit.
Okay.
Let's talk real shit. Would a pedophile look like you? Would it look like me? Would it look like Kevin Samuels? Would it look like Obsidian? For the record, a pedophile can be anybody. I get
Right.
that. But 9 times out of 10, generally in the hood, when you're talking about women, excuse me, when you're talking about little girls and when you're talking about pedophiles, what is the profile of a pedophile in the black community?
Mm. This dirty dick riding, Pookie and Ray Ray type nigga, man. Of course, I would know because all the females that I've been dealing with since 2003, you know, pretty much all of them have a horror story of them being molested. You know what I mean? So I'm privy to a lot of the stories that most cats never hear. So
Right?
yeah, it's typically the cat that he just got out of jail, just got out of prison. He's shacking up with some female who got
Some hood
like
bitch. Yep.
yeah, they got daddy issues and shit,
Yeah.
man. She needs someone to come in and because most females they horrified to be alone. She got uh preteen or teenage daughters. The dude sitting up eating all the King vitamin cereal, just like Tony would say, playing Xbox and PlayStation, and he's side eyeing the preteens or the teens and shit. And these are stories that I've heard ad nauseum, man, since 2003 from damn near all my girls, man. You know what I mean? And on the flip side of that, I've done foster care, so I've been around a lot of straight lace cats, man, who have careers, who have jobs, who have families, and there have been allegations leveled against them as well from foster care girls, and pretty much none of those allegations were substantiated, man. Of course, like what you just said, a pedophile can be anybody and they can look like anybody. But from my experience, it's typically the cats that ain't got shit to lose, you know what I mean, in life. And so yeah, it would typically be a dust bucket nigga, like the one that's going around
Saying that
you know,
shit, right?
yeah, yeah.
A
Mhm.
nigga like Chico, right?
Right. No doubt. Yeah.
Again, as you said before, a pedophile can be anybody, but generally in the hood, it's a nigga just like him. No matter what you feel, no matter what you feel about Tommy Sotomayor, what's up, Issa Ali, Anti Gravity, and Cornelius, and Excalibur, what's up? Welcome to the chat. No matter what you feel about, no matter what you feel about Tommy Sotomayor, No matter what you think about Tommy Sotomayor, no matter what you think about his politics, no matter how much you may think of him as a coon, go back to every one of those stories. Go back to every one of those stories where he's reporting on a female, a little black girl being molested. And what does the nigga look like that's doing the molesting?
Ooh,
Looks like
ooh.
Chico.
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 Chico. Over here, that's what we're going to refer to that nigga to, is Chico.
Mm.
We ain't going to even give his bitch ass the courtesy of calling him by his name. He is Chico. And in case y'all don't know who Chico is the GOAT from Fred Sanford or from Sanford and Son. So you know who we talking about. We're not going to give this bitch nigga the courtesy of calling him by his name. Every time it is an instance of sexual molestation and pedophilia in the black community, it's either a dusty nigga in their family, which is usually an uncle, maybe grandfather, maybe father, somebody like that, a relative, a close person, an older brother or cousin, so to speak. Or it's a dusty nigga just like him. A nigga that they mama took off the streets and brought him in the house and put him over their young female children. It's always a nigga just like that. A hotep hustler, a two-strike Timmy. That nigga. That nigga will be the first to run up in your daughter. That nigga will be the first one to break in your house. That nigga will be the first one to take your mama's EBT card and flip her food stamps for cash. That will be the first nigga on your mama's Section 8. That will be the first nigga talking about the white man and white supremacy, but living off a bitch on Section 8. Talking about white supremacy, but will be the first nigga in line to file for Social Security disability benefits. You know, that nigga. That will be the first nigga to molest your daughter. If you want to know the identity of a child molester, it's him. Hell, he got charged with child molestation charges, did he not?
I don't know if he got charged. I know there was
it was a rumor. It was a rumor.
As far as I know, it's just a rumor. Yeah.
It was a rumor. They were saying, well, let me not say charged because that could have some legal ramifications. But he was the one who was rumored to be fucking around with some young girl. And yet he up here talking about pedophilia and child molesters. And I know what it was. He's feeling a little insecure about that chat that night on O'Shea's channel, where all the women in there were co-signing against dealing with dusty drug mules like him.
Right.
They were co-signing. Even his woman was co-signing it. That really hurt. That really hurt. And then he gonna go make that bullshit ass response at me after the video. And then when he got clapped back in 2 videos, now he wants to try to brand me and the people in that panel in the light of pedophiles.
He wants to flat out lie, give disinformation, misinformation, and just all out smear campaign on you, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All out smear campaign. But he's actually being rumored to be a pedophile. No one has ever charged me with pedophilia. And for the record, what I said on the last podcast was that I have never dealt with any woman under 25.
Right.
For the record, I have never dealt with any woman under 25. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But if we look out here in these streets, every time that you've had an experience with one of the females that have done work for you and they've been molested, has it not been this nigga? Has it not been him?
Yeah, it's been very rare that it's a straight lace type dude. Matter of fact, No, there's never been an allegation of a straight laced dude touching on any of my broads, man. You know, it's always a street nigga, man. Always a street nigga.
A street nigga that they bought in the house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A street nigga that just jumped out the penitentiary that's back on the streets.
Mm-hmm. Because you know, like I just gave you a story, man, where just how careless they are with their daughters.
Right.
Because I just had a situation where a particular female wanted me to pick up her daughter and take her to uh, another spot in the city. And I told her I'm not doing that. She's like, why not? Because I'm never alone with any underage girls. I'm just, to me being who I am and what I do, I have to have foresight. You know what I mean? I have to think 5, 6 moves ahead of all these bras that might want to try and jam me up on some bullshit. So I'm never alone with anyone's daughters. You know what I mean? And that's just not because of the legal ramifications. It's because I genuinely care about a lot of these females and their daughters. You know what I mean? So I'm never alone with any of these females, man. But that just goes to show you just how careless, even though a lot of the females love me and they respect me and they trust me. You know what I mean? I've always told them, do not leave your child or your preteen daughter or your teen daughter along with these niggas out here. And that includes me. I like, don't use me, you know what I mean, as far as or say that I'm exempt from that rule. I like, nope, don't leave your daughter alone with any of these niggas out here, man, because that'll basically you'll uh, you know, end up on the news somehow, man, because you just was careless with your daughter. You know what I mean? So uh that's all I'm doing, man. You know, I'm just thinking for the female, I'm thinking for the daughters. And yeah, they can't be careless about who they leave their daughters with, man.
The narrative is, and I don't know if I've said this before, but it bears repeating. They want to make you think that most of these niggas that come out of the penitentiary that they got the potential to be Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
No, these niggas are Malcolm XXXXX.
Him, Michael Triple X.
Yeah, that's who they are.
Yeah.
Most of these niggas that get out the pen, they wind up going right back in.
Mm,
Most of these niggas that get out of the pen, they wind up not doing shit with their lives. And they go and find a bitch that's careless. They
mm,
specifically look for a bitch that's reckless so that they can get in her house. That Hotep pro black shit, that's for them to plant their suitcase in your motherfucking closet. It's a hustle to get in your house. It's a hustle to get around your daughter. It's a hustle to let them lay up in your house while your teenage daughter is taking a shower and watching her change.
mm,
That's why they pick that kind of bitch. They come out here looking for that kind of bitch.
mm, mm, mm,
Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Go look up any story. Go look up any story. Go look up any news article where you see a young girl being molested. And the majority of those articles, the niggas will have backgrounds just like Chico.
mm.
But he ain't gonna put that up, is he?
Oh
He ain't gonna
no,
put
no,
that up,
no,
is he?
no. He running his mouth so much, man, that man, that was a funny situation where I got that newsletter from Obsidian, man. Where Obsidian basically he tapping out. He said, I'm good, man. I'm Gucci. I can't take this shit no more. Talking about how he uh Chico went over there on Rand's channel and just started saying everybody is a pedophile, even accusing Obsidian of being a
Yeah,
pedophile,
yeah,
co-signing pedophilia. And
yeah,
Obsidian's like, oh man, you tripping now. All in the name of trying to get back at Tony. For
yeah.
what?
No, see,
Yeah,
I
man.
told the truth on him, but he has to
Right,
lie about me.
right.
Yeah.
Mm.
He has
I
I
don't lie
told the
about
truth on
you.
him, but
Yeah,
he's
but I
lying.
don't lie about you. Shit, I mean, he got to manufacture a lie so grandiose. He got to pull Black Ram into it. He got to pull Obsidian into it. You
Kevin
got full
Samuels.
you said too. Everybody's a pedophile. I'm
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with this motherfucker, man? I'm like, yeah, man, his feelings is definitely hurt, man. You done did something to this motherfucker.
Well, it's because see what they like to do again. See, the truth is this, man. I'm just
Right,
gonna tell you flat out, man. What did the motherfucker say in Soldier Story? He said the black race can't afford you no more.
right.
And really, it's time for us to kind of uh, charge these niggas to the game.
Mm-hmm.
These dusty ass niggas that keep going in and out of the penitentiary. It's really time for us to leave them behind. These dusty ass niggas that can't get it together. These dusty ass niggas that's constantly making babies out of wedlock. Uh, these dusty ass niggas that are constantly, low level drug dealers, uh, hanging around, fucking up the community, either with their seed or with their trifling ass behavior. It's really time for us to consign these niggas to the trash can.
Okay.
And so what it is this nigga wants to come up and be the poster boy for these failure ass niggas.
Mm.
And what they do is they turn to that pro-black and that hotep shit because it's a way to keep you from looking at them as the failures that they really are in life.
Mm.
That's why nobody listens to the hotep community. There's a difference between people that are actually concerned about the race and people that actually want to promote the welfare of the race, but it's not these niggas.
Mm.
They just come on here and talk black. You remember the Malcolm X show we did back in the
Yeah.
day?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about how all these niggas talk righteous, but they just havens for sin.
Yeah.
This is that kind of nigga.
Mm.
And it's time. We've done everything we could. We've been compassionate. We've tried to understand their plight. We've tried to talk about how society has kept them down. We've talked about rape. We talked about everything there is to talk about.
Mm.
But yet we still have these niggas in the way in our community. The pro-black nigga is the worst thing that happened to the black community in the last 40 years.
Mm. Now I interject.
Go ahead, of course.
Yeah, I was seeing this nigga, he was reaching, man. He was trying his best to make sense. You know what I mean? When he was on Rand's channel, man. And one of the things he said just kind of perplexed me, man, because he seems to be all knowing about when a female is not a woman. You know what I mean? He's like, just because she's 18 and 19, that don't mean she a woman. But I'm sitting back trying to figure out, well, nigga, tell us in your infinite wisdom when she is a woman. Because obviously it's not enough for her to be of age and 18 on some legal shit, on some lawful shit. But according to Chico, you know what I mean, he knows better. You know what I mean? So if you messing with an 18-year-old female, you're automatically guilty of being a pedophile, according to Chico, because when they hit 18, according to the law, right?
They're legal.
Yeah, they're legal. But according to Chico, she still ain't legal. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Can you give me a little bit of insight on what he was talking about? Because as far as I know, every time I look around and the government basically says you good, you Gucci if you 18. You know what I'm saying? But according to this nigga, no, it's not 18. So he was just looking for a reason to nitpick and start shit and just to be oppositional, if you ask me, because that's a stupid ass argument, man. Well, he's basically stating that just because a female is 18, that don't mean she's a woman. Well, nigga, tell me when she is a woman.
Oh, he said that he can produce studies that shows that they're not women until they're 30 years of age. So if he has an 18-year-old daughter, doesn't that mean he committed pedophilia?
if he has an 18-year-old daughter.
He says he has an 18-year-old daughter. He's
I
only
mean,
what 43, 43, 44. If they're
well, it's
not,
yeah, it's
if they're not if they're not women until they're 30, and he has an 18-year-old daughter,
right. He
that means
banging
the
on
nigga's a pedophile.
30. Yeah, he banging on some broad before she was 30.
Exactly.
Yeah, this nigga's a retard, man.
Yes.
Yeah, he going around banging on broads, man, before they hit 30. But
Yes.
now he's talking about, oh, they got to be 30 to be women. But you obviously ain't been banging on broads older than 30.
Older than 30.
Yeah, if you got an 18-year-old daughter. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Mm-hmm.
And again, that's why nobody listens to the pro-black community, because this is what you have out there. These are your leaders. We doomed. These are the niggas that are in the pro-black. That Chico, niggas like Chico. These are the niggas that make up the pro-black community.
This nigga actually said he could produce studies.
Yeah, he said he could produce studies that shows that a woman doesn't that black girl doesn't become a woman until until she's in her 30s. Because what happened was that I think Obsidian posed the question, about legality, at what age they're legal. And he came with all that goddamn hollering and screaming, the law don't mean anything. Well, obviously to you it don't.
Right.
The law don't mean anything. The law don't mean anything. So then when the argument about the law came up, then that's when he came with this shit about he could produce studies to show that they're not women until they reach 30 years of age.
Oh, shit. Well, if we follow the Afro-Asiatic slant, man, of time immemorial, you know what I mean? The basic way to find out if a female was a woman was when she had her first period. Of course, I think that's a little bit extreme. I opt for the 18-year-old philosophy or theory, but yeah, man, it's real simple. Once she has her period, physically, you know what I mean?
But you need to repeat that twice, because he's kind of slow. You need to repeat that twice, because this nigga's kind of slow.
Physically, she's a woman when she has her period. Fuck your feelings, nigga. When
So
she has her period, she's a woman. Now, if you want to be oppositional and talk about mentally, well, who's to make that judgment call? You know what I mean? And I believe that society has made that judgment call by stating, if you've been alive 18 years on this planet, we will deduce that you've had enough time to mature. You know what I mean? And to become an adult. You know what I mean? That's a good median age, but it ain't good enough for this nigga. But
no,
common sense wise, physically, when she has her period, duh, you know what I mean? That's when she's physically a woman.
Okay, so let me say it one more time, because
Right.
he's slow.
Right.
We're not saying as soon as a child gets her menstrual cycle that a nigga should run up in her. That's
Right.
not what we're saying. Because that's how he's gonna take that.
Right. Right.
He'll say that's the statement we made.
Mm-hmm.
What that was, nigga, that's called a historical analysis. You know what you call yourself doing? That's
Mm-hmm.
called a historical analysis. In times past, this is what was considered the period of adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
Today, the law has determined that it's 18. That is what was just said, nigga. That is what was just said. Nobody said that we should get in, or that a nigga should be up in a bitch when she, in a little girl, excuse me. That nigga should be up in a little girl when she get up, period. Nobody said that. Nobody here has said that. Nobody here has co-signed that. What we are saying is that according to the law, when she becomes 18, she is deemed to have reached the age of adulthood. It's women that get married at 18 and 19. It's women that get married at 20 years of age.
There's women get married overseas at 14 to 15. Shit, depending on where you at. What was it? You was talking about the Nation of Islam and shit, right?
Yeah.
And not just the Nation of Islam, but we go back to the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi Islam, and we talking about Aisha. Remember how old Aisha was?
And she's like
And
8 or 9.
shit, and a wife.
And a wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, this is all predicated upon culture. You know what I'm saying? Over here in our culture, 18 is adulthood. And that's what you do. You go ahead and you rock with the rules and the laws and the regulations of the culture that you live. Shit.
Let me read some of these comments here in the chat. Doug says, so when a woman can run for governor at 25, she's still not a grown woman. Yeah, under his ignorant ass logic, under that bum nigga babble, because that's what it is, bum nigga babble. No, she's
Mm.
not an adult. Okay. Uh, uh, Anti-gravity said, I'm pretty sure my great grandmother got married when she was 14 or 15. Okay, that goes
Mm.
back to the time and morals of the period. The time and morals of the period. Iceberg
Exactly.
Mac says that I married my wife when she was 19. You're a pedophile, Iceberg Mac. Iceberg Mac, you're a pedophile. Chico called you a pedophile, Iceberg Mac. You're a pedophile. Inner Beauty TV. The one and only Nicole Michelle says that my grandmother got married at 17. Your granddad is a pedophile. Chico said your
Oh,
granddad is a
pedophile.
pedophile.
Ooh, this nigga going hard at you over some stupid shit, man. He is concocting all sorts of lies and misinformation on you, man. It's unreal. I'm like, well, why does this nigga hate Tony so much, man?
You know what?
Man,
I
what
tell you
you do to
why.
this nigga, man?
Because these thug niggas, they got a real resentment. They have a real hatred and a real deep resentment at square dudes.
Right.
And the reason they got that resentment is because they have fucked up their lives
Mm-hmm.
on the block and running in and out of the penitentiary. And what it is they are jealous of the fact that a square nigga can get up every day and go make a decent living without looking over their shoulders. Now, I know that sounds petty, and I know some people are not going to believe that, but that's the truth. A lot of these niggas harbor resentment at decent people because they didn't get caught up in the fuckery that their dusty asses got caught up with and fucked up their lives. So now what they do is they go on a warship and they go on a crusade against everybody that has any type of code or any type of sense of morality or ethics.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the game is to regress everything down to that niggardry that they live in. That's what they're doing. They regress you down to the niggardry that is their life experience. They want niggas to be like them so that they don't feel bad for being failures and fuck ups.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's upset at people like me. That's why he's upset and he'll say, "Well, no, it's not me." Oh, Millhouse says, "This ain't the Simpsons, nigga."
Mm-hmm.
That old ignorant ass laugh he does. He wants to attack niggas that have an education. And that does not mean that education is the end all be all. That's not what that means.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what that means at all. That's not what that means. What it means is that what these niggas have done with their lives hasn't gotten them anywhere. So anytime they see a nigga that has gotten somewhere, by playing by the rules, by traditional values. They have to shit on the values by shitting on that nigga. That's why.
Okay.
That's why. And to see a nigga like me getting over with a bitch when he's supposed to be at the top of the food chain because he's the real nigga, right?
That's what he
He's the
say.
yeah, he's the real nigga, right? So he resents a square nigga getting over with the women that he's fucking with. He don't want the square niggas to have any type of pride or dignity. You know, that type of nigga. He want to come around and be able to bogart his way in spaces and make you feel intimidated because he's there. That nigga.
Mm, mm, oh
You know,
shit, man.
he's the
Yeah,
bottom of the barrel, but want to convince you into thinking that he's the motherfucking food chain. He's at the top of the motherfucking food chain, rather.
just straight up lying on you, dog.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's what he got to play that role. He has
Mm,
to play that role because niggas like me cause him a great degree of anxiety.
mm, mm,
We got one in the chat room. Mr. Williams, Mr. Derek C. Williams says he disagree. What do you agree? What do you disagree about, Mr. Williams? Tell me in particular, what do you disagree about? I'll be waiting. Farrell Edmondson in here says they resent the square dude because he is the real alpha male of the community. Once women realize who is the real deal. You know what? I agree with you. I agree with that. I don't like using that term alpha male, but I'll say this. When women figure out, when the black women in the community figure out who the real men are in the community, this nigga will be sleeping in his Astro van.
mm, mm,
When they figure out who the real men are in the community, this nigga will be, well, he already, technically speaking, he already is homeless. Technically
mm,
speaking. But when they figure out who the real men are in the black community, who they should really be fucking with in the black community, in the words of my good brother C Boogie, he's finished.
mm,
He's done. He's done. See, that's the best he has. That hotep shit and cozying up to a hood bitch and getting in her ear with that pro blacks, that's the best he can do. Because again, in real life, the majority of these niggas are failures. The majority of them. Now, I'm not talking about the Boyce Watkinses, of course. I'm not talking about the Tariq Nasheeds, of course. I'm not talking about the give me another one of these. I'm not talking about the Neely Fullers. I'm
mhm,
not talking about those dudes. I'm talking about these dusty ass corner dealers. They're failures. So there's a real deep resentment that they have against people with traditional values. There's a real deep resentment they have against niggas like us that are straight laced, that are still able to pop our collars on the other side of the law, on the legal side of the law.
mm,
That's why. That's why.
mm,
So he can stay in his feelings about me. I don't give a shit. He can stay in his feelings about me. See, you can keep, again, I'm going to repeat it. You can keep lying about me, but I'll keep telling the truth on you. See, I don't need to make shit up because I know who you are and I know what you do. I know
mm,
what kind of nigga you really are. You have to speculate as to who I am and what I represent, but I know who you really are.
mm.
So the people that were in that chat room, the people that were in that chat room that night, the people that were on that panel that night. Now he ain't in Mexico. That nigga can't cross the border, Pharaoh. He ain't in Mexico. That nigga's in Tijuana.
Shots
That
fired.
that nigga ain't in Mexico. He's in Tijuana.
Shots fired.
He
Oh
ain't
no.
that
Oh,
nigga cannot get through a border search. He's not gonna
don't,
pass a border search.
oh, don't give away too much, Tony. Don't give away too much. Oh, shit. Man, keep the atom bomb shit, man, under wraps, man. You know, we might
All
need it
right,
later. Keep the
all
A
right,
bomb shit under wraps, bro.
all right, all right. He said, here comes Derek Williams back. We got one in here. We got one. He said, it
Okay.
sounds like you're jealous. Jealous of what? Jealous of what exactly? I'm not making podcasts about this nigga. He's making podcasts about me. Jealous of what? What would I be jealous of? I'm waiting. Sounds like, Mac, why would we be jealous of him? Him.
Because I want a criminal record too. Nigga, I want one of them records that prohibit me from just getting a fucking apartment, nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's
yeah,
what I'm talking about.
yeah,
That's the good life, nigga. That's the good life right there. Yeah, man. I want to go from spot to spot in my motherfucking Astro
yeah.
van,
That,
eating
that
Riley's
that's
and McDonald's all day, nigga. That's what I want.
that's what I'm jealous of.
Uh-huh.
I'm jealous of not being able to get utilities in my name. That's what I'm jealous of.
Oh shit, man.
I'm
Uh-huh.
jealous of the fact that I could use my real name when I can take a flight across the country. I'm jealous that I have a valid state ID. I'm jealous that I can get a library card. I'm jealous that I can move and roll around under my real name. I'm jealous that I could go out here and make a living and not have to look over my shoulder. That's what I'm jealous of. That's what I'm jealous of. When I go to the airport and they ask for my ID, I can actually give it to them.
Damn.
That's what I'm jealous of.
Right.
When I get ready to take a trip down south next month, I can actually drive around in my own car with a valid driver's license. That's what I'm jealous of.
Mm. All I can say is this nigga better be lucky that we not having this conversation about 15 years ago, because nigga, if I would have knew he had a daughter and it was time for her to turn 18, guess what,
Uh-oh.
nigga? I would have been that
Uh-oh.
nigga you talking about, man. I would have been
Uh-oh.
watching the clock. I
Uh-oh.
would have set the date on the calendar, and I would have been at the bitch. What y'all doing? Y'all sitting around waiting on to turn 18? Yes, nigga. I'm that nigga. Tony not the one you got to be worried about, nigga. Shit. 15 years ago, I was that nigga. I ain't like that now because I've slowed down significantly. These bras done killed me, man. They done took all my energy, nigga. I ain't got time. But 15 years ago, nigga, yeah, 18, it was a wrap. I would have had your daughter spread eagle, nigga. How about that?
Oh,
Whatever happens, nigga. Come get it.
we got a B. We got a B1. Oh, his is black. I guess this is first. What does he say? Black first and foremost family. That's what black first means. Black
Mm-hmm.
first means I'm gonna be the first nigga to break in your house. That's what black first means. Black first means I'm gonna be the first one to get your mama to flip her food stamps. That's what black first means.
Mm.
Black first means I'm gonna be the first nigga filing for Social Security benefits. That's what black first means. Black
Mm.
first means I'm the first nigga living off your mama's Section 8. That's what black first means. Black first means failure, in case you didn't know. In case you ain't figured that out right by now, that's what it means.
Mm.
Because if you black first, show me that you're successful when you're black first. But they can't show you that.
Man.
They can't show you that. That's
Mm.
all they can show you. That's all these niggas, these pro-black niggas can show you is failure. That's all they can show you is failure. So that's what black first means to me. That's what black first means to me, black first. It means fuckery. It means failure. It means dustiness. It means trifling shit. It means bum nigga babble. It means dusty nigga logic. That's what black first means to me.
Mm.
That's what
Mm.
it means. It
Nigga select.
means it means dancing around in a sombrero in Tijuana. That's what
Mm.
black first means to me.
Mm.
That's what it means to me. It means living out of a hotel in another woman's name. That's what being black first means to me. That's what it means.
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this, and I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. The most comatose niggas on this planet are the ones walking around talking about they woke.
Mm, mm, mm.
The biggest impediment in the black community is not the white man. The biggest impediment in the black community is the pro-black nigga.
Mm.
That's the biggest impediment in to the rise of the black community. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I said it and I don't take it back.
Uh, Tony, may I interject that once again? Yes, I'm the type of nigga that's sitting back, looking at the calendar, waiting on Chico's daughter to turn 18.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's me. That's not
No,
Tony.
no,
Not,
no,
not
no.
Tony. But yeah, that's Big Mike nigga. Uh
Well,
huh.
what I'm saying is
I'm going.
he
I'm
should
again.
actually be nice to me, because if he's nice to me, I may trick with his baby mama and get those child support warrants taken off of his ass in Allen County. I may be able to get them child support cases dropped against his ass. So you should be nice to me. I should be your best friend. And while we on that subject, it's niggas like this. While he's talking about tricking, do you know it's niggas like this that make niggas like us possible? That's why I don't hate this dude, because you make me possible. You live off bitches. I don't. You fuck up bitches' names. I don't. You fuck up their lives. I don't. Nigga, you send them to my door. So should he be hating on us, Mac? Uh-oh, where did he go? Mac, you there? I guess he must have stepped away. But we couldn't do what we do without you. Who makes babies out of wedlock? It's not us. Who fucks these women's lives up? It's not us. It's you. You. You are the cause of my tricking. You are the cause of all the shit that we do. So if you want to be mad at somebody, don't be mad at us. Be mad at yourself. So I'm looking for somebody in the chat room. I guess he's gone now. I guess he's gone now. Who is this nigga, this Derek C. Williams? I guess he's up out of here. He said that I was jealous. I'm waiting, Derek. What am I jealous of? Explain it to me. Break it down to me and explain to me, why would I be jealous of him? Explain to me, why would I be jealous of this nigga? Come over here talking about Carnell Black. You in my chat room talking about I'm talking reckless now. You must didn't hear this nigga. You in my chat room telling me I'm talking reckless. You didn't hear this nigga calling me a pedophile? You didn't hear that, but you in my chat room trying to tell me how I talk in my shit. I don't know whether you joking, or are you serious? Are you joking or are you serious? I'm talking reckless. No, he's talking reckless. I'm just clapping back. He's talking reckless. I'm clapping back. So I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Anybody in this chat room, anybody in this chat room that can explain to me, that can explain or talk to me and say, or break it down to me and tell me exactly what am I doing that's wrong? I'm answering the nigga that came at me. So explain to me what am I doing that's out of pocket? Go ahead. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. So what did I do? I'm waiting. We need to go over sexual market value. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. We can go over sexual market value. We can talk about that. We can discuss that. But if you really want to talk about sexual market value, you can go over there to Inner Beauty TV. She explains it beautifully. As a matter of fact, she has a podcast dealing with sexual market value. So you can go over there and holler at her about that. Oh, he's making money. He's making money and I'm not. We got Derek C. Williams back. Derek C. Williams said that he's making money and I'm not. Derek, this nigga's a dusty drug dealer. He's a dusty drug mule. So if you call that making money, so be it. But I have a legitimate 9 to 5. Or do you mean making money on YouTube? Is that what you're talking about? Making money on YouTube? Because I have a legitimate hustle. And I guarantee you, at one of my hustles, I make a whole hell of a lot money, a whole hell of a lot more money than he does. You don't make money when you're a drug dealer. There's a book called Freakonomics. There's a book called Freakonomics. Okay, my bad, Cornell Black. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. My bad, Cornell Black. My bad. But there's a book called Freakonomics, and it tells you why drug dealers are broke. That's what it tells you. And don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. This nigga's not any type of high level entrepreneur. Don't fool yourself. He's not a high level he's not a high level entrepreneur. Kingpins and G's don't live in hotels.
That's that low level shit, boy.
Yeah. Kingpins and G's don't live in hotels, dog. So making money doing what? What is he making money doing, Mr. Williams? What is he making money doing what?
Super chat money, nigga.
Oh, super chat money.
Super chat money, man. That's why he pandering to these broads, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Super chat money. He said, that's what he said, man. He said, I'm jealous because he's making money and you're not.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I make more money on an everyday basis. And here's the thing though. I'm not a big baller shot caller. I'm not. I have a basic 9 to 5 and several legitimate side hustles that I do. And I make more money in one day than Chico make in a whole week. But again, back to what I was saying. There's a book out called Freakonomics. You remember that book when it came out, Mac, with that book Freakonomics? There's
Yeah.
a chapter in that book, and it talks about why drug dealers live with their mothers.
Hmm.
And it talks about how all the money that they make, how all the money that they lay out goes right back out to all the niggas that are under them. And what they did was they followed this drug dealer. The economist, the guy who wrote the book, followed this drug dealer through all of his transactions and got a look at his books. And he said his books was just basically one big ass pyramid scheme. And then when the nigga went to prison, he didn't even have enough money to make a phone call. Now, don't that sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Don't that sound familiar? When they go to jail or when they get locked up, they don't even have enough money on their books to make a damn phone call. When they do that ghetto calling and they call you and this is Securitel. You are receiving a phone call from, hey baby, pick up, pick up,
Yep.
pick up.
Yep.
That's them.
Hey, hey. How old is his daughter, man?
I don't know that.
No,
I don't know that.
I just need to make sure that I ain't doing no pedophile over here, man. Because I want to make sure that she ain't 14 or 15 or something. You know what I'm saying? She 18. And I think she needs some tricking in her life. You know what I'm saying? So anybody know this female's phone number? You know what I'm saying? As long as she 18, hit a nigga up. I got some tricking to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a best friend. Shit, Chico, I hope you don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Slide your daughter them digits, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Chico, my
Like
nigga, though. I fucks with Chico the long way, nigga.
the long way. The
That
long way.
long
But
way,
see,
son.
here's the thing again. Without him, we couldn't do what we do.
Mm,
Without him, we could never get off the shit that we get off. So he should be our best friend.
mm.
He should be our best
Shit.
friend. And if you're gonna trick, dog, at least give her enough money so that she can do something about his child support warrants.
Mm, mm, mm.
You at
Hey,
least give her
bottom line is this, man. You ain't about to shame nobody over here, nigga.
no.
Yeah, that's right. 18 and 19, I fucks with them, nigga. That ain't what my boy do, but I do that. So ain't no shame in my game, nigga. I do it right in front of your face today to say something about it, nigga. With your daughter, motherfucker. What about that? What about that, nigga?
What are you doing? What are you doing, Mac?
Fuck
Are
out
you
of here.
waiting until she turns 18? Are you watching the
Nigga,
clock
I'm
until
watching the
she
clock.
turns
I'm watching the
18?
clock. I'm watching the clock, nigga. Got it on my calendar. It's going to be a special day. That's right. Tricking all day. I'm going to be her best friend, boy. She going to love Big Mike, nigga. She going to love Big Mike, my nigga, for real. So I just need to make sure, you know what I mean, that she's of age, though. We must adhere to the laws of the land. That's what we want to do. Mm-hmm. No shame, nigga. No shame.
Big Mike, what do you mean? What do you mean, Fat Mac? You would actually trick with a woman you actually trick with his daughter. She's just
You got that
18 though.
right.
She's 18.
Shit. Shit, nigga. Like I said, 18 years on this planet is enough to know, the ins and out of adulthood for the most part. I mean, you got a little bit more to learn. There's a lot more to do. There's a lot more to basically flesh out. But yet still, 18 years is enough to get the gist of it. If you been here 18 years on the planet and you still can't put two and two together and find out it's four, then you may have an IQ problem. You know what I mean? You may have some mental retardation issues, but we're not gonna know that until I'm not gonna know that till I get in your face. You know what I mean? Because there have been situations where I've been doing my hustle and I found out that a female was 18 or 19, but yet and still, I was like, this female ain't rap tight, man. You know what I mean? That I found out that some of them had special needs. You know what I mean? And I left them alone. I was like, oh, okay. Like you want them short bus chicks. You know what I'm saying? And I've actually
swerved him and left him alone, man. But in Chico's case, I'll make a special exemption for his daughter. One time only. I don't get two shits how retarded your daughter is, nigga. She coming. She coming to get this trickin', man. That's right.
Well, you ain't no player though, Mac. You ain't no player.
Oh, definitely not.
You ain't no
Definitely
player.
not. But she gonna love my dirty draws, boy.
You ain't got no. You ain't got no power.
No.
You ain't got no power.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Hey, my bank account would contradict that. You know what I'm saying. Not only my bank account, but the amount of females that be calling me on a daily basis, needing this and needing that. And if I don't answer that phone, you want to talk about really knowing the extent of my power? If I don't answer my phone, that's when you know that I really got the power, because these bitches flip out, nigga. Dave, who the fuck calling me? God damn it. No. See, you got one right now. No. I'm busy.
Pedophile.
Yeah, man.
You're a pedophile. You're a pedo.
Car thief.
Car thief. You're a car thief.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck how you feel about it, nigga.
We must be coming up in the world, because I guess this is my first troll. I guess I should feel honored. Eric Williams says that jealousy is a sin, even though I've been waiting on him to tell us exactly what we're supposed to be jealous of.
Right.
He says that jealousy is a sin. Then he said, well, he's making money and you're not. And then when we ask him, okay, making money doing what? He never answered. So now he comes back talking about jealousy is a sin. You niggas kill me.
I don't know. I think that may be a female masquerading as a dude, man, because there's some feminine energy coming off of that shit, man. You know how the deflection goes, and not actually addressing the argument, and then bringing up sin and all sorts of weak ass pussy shit like that. I'm like, man, I feel some feminine energy off this nigga, man. Shit, I think it's a broad on the real.
Oh, here you go. I want to thank you for coming in the room today, Mr. Williams, because you're going to provide us with entertainment. You know what he says, Mac? He said, those are babies. That's disgusting.
See, like I said, it sounds like a broad, man. It sounds like a goddamn broad, man. I'm not buying it. This is a dude.
Well,
yeah, man.
It could be a broad under a troll account. Those are babies. Yeah, that's disgusting. Okay, so if they're 18 and 19, they're babies, and that's disgusting, right?
Right. Well, I'm disgusting. I'm the king of disgusting around this bitch. I wear the crown, nigga.
Oh, for God. Real. So is it disgusting when they get married at 18, 19, and 20? Is that disgusting? Is that disgusting? I'm inclined to believe that you're right, Mac. I think this is some troll shit. I think this is some troll shit. Shout out to Reigning Woman. This is not a channel where we clown women, Reigning Woman. This is not what this is. This is just a response we're doing to a dusty ass nigga. This is a response we're doing to Chico. This Chico. You good? You good? You all the way good.
The pro black goat. That's right.
The pro black goat. Chico's pro black savings and loans. That's what we're doing. But yeah. So this is probably a troll. That's what this is. But he says that those are babies. Those are babies. What do you say to that?
I'm guilty as charged, nigga. That's all I can say. Shit.
You a pedophile?
18 and 19 are getting sent, nigga. So, go ahead, get the cuffs ready. Get them cuffs ready, boy. The laws of the land say 18. Shit, fair game. That's what it is. And I don't need no fucking wannabe ass Malcolm X nigga telling me the contrary. Like Malcolm Triple X, that is.
Malcolm Triple X. So
like, fuck out of here, man. Nigga trying to rewrite the rules. See, you do the shit the right way, you motherfucker still got an issue, got a problem. You know what I mean? Shit. Because if it wasn't for the fact that you said that, hey, I don't even fuck around with teenagers. Tony said, right, for everybody to see. He don't fuck with nobody that's under 25. But, this motherfucker, he's locked in the line, making shit up. So it don't matter what you say, Tony, man. He always going to find some way to try and besmirch your name, man.
Yeah,
Because
he
he ain't in it
is.
for the truth.
Yeah, he is. Well, that's what I'm
He
saying.
ain't in it for the reality.
He claims to be standing up for these black girls, these little black girls. That's what
Right.
that's now
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to pander to women and repaint himself as a savior,
Mm-hmm.
of black women, And
Mm.
this is a nigga that is accused, who has been accused. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm saying he's been accused of pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that the
Shoot.
sheet calling the pillowcase white?
Mm.
So, uh again, this is just it's nigga
But what
battle.
do you
It's
think
all nigga
about?
battle.
But Dig, what that he's making these blanket statements talking about how innocent these females are, man. I'm thinking to myself, this is supposed to be a street nigga. He's supposed to be at least knee deep in the streets to the point where he should know that that's bullshit, man. Like, as long as you've been fucking with me, you know what I mean? You done heard the stories of all these females lying and misrepresenting themselves, to the strip clubs, to me, you know what I mean? Getting all sorts of dudes jammed up.
That's him
You understand what I'm
pandering.
saying?
Yeah, that's him pandering.
Right, right.
That's just him
Mm-hmm.
pandering, to these weak brain, these scatterbrained and muddle headed, broads, that's
Mm.
following that pro black shit. That's just him pandering to them. But when he says they're innocent, again, I go back to Geronda Pace. See,
Mm-hmm.
because
R.
that's
Kelly.
what we're talking about here, R. Kelly. In case anybody doesn't know or didn't see, Geronda Pace was a 16-year-old girl, which may or may not be legal in the state of Illinois. Geronda Pace was a 16-year-old girl picketing for R. Kelly when he was on trial for molesting and peeing on a 14-year-old girl. She was there picketing for him to be acquitted. Met him on the steps, gave him her number, told him she was 19 when she was really 16, and then proceeded to bring another 18 or 19-year-old girl to R. Kelly for him to bone when he was on trial for pedophilia.
Mm.
So is Geronda Pace innocent?
Well, according to Chico, yes. Yeah. We can't expect any of these young ladies to be accountable for anything that they goddamn do. According to
Nothing,
Chico.
according to
You know what I'm
Chico.
saying? Yeah.
And
They get
since
a
we're
free pass on all sorts of fuckery.
talking about DJ Pope or whatever his name is, do you know it was bitches steering other bitches to DJ Pope?
Wait. Check this out, man. you know, this is the curse that me and you must bear, because we actually know what the fuck we talking about, because especially you, right? Just
Right?
rocking with me, you know how the game go. You feel me? Because I live this shit. The shit that this Pope nigga doing, I've been doing it since 03. You know what I mean? Probably before this motherfucker was doing it. And so how many times have you seen females bring other females to me?
Oh, several.
Several.
Several. That's
That's
how
the
they
way the
all
game.
came to the site.
Yeah.
That's
You know
how
what I'm
they
saying?
all got to the site. They steered them
Mhm.
to you.
That's right. But no, according to Chico, the females, because if the DJ dude, he hugged up on 3 or 4 broads, he looking at all of them like, the kid motherfucker just wrangled them in like that. No, that didn't happen like that. That was the referral program.
That's
You
the
know what I'm
referral
saying?
program.
He got 1 or 2 chicks, and then they all started just getting up with their females, be like, "Oh, girl, I know somebody that can cash you out. Somebody gonna take care of you. Somebody gonna do this, that, yada, yada." And then all of a sudden, he got 10, 15 broads knocking on his door. You know what I'm saying? But in his mind, those females that did all that wrangling and bringing them in, and who are basically complicit in the hustle in the game, they shouldn't be held accountable. They ain't got nothing to do with it, obviously. According to Chico nigga.
According to
You know
Chico.
what I mean? That's what let me know that I don't know what kind of street nigga this is. I don't know what streets he came up on, maybe Sesame Street, but a real street nigga can look at it and understand what's going on here. Ain't none of these broads innocent. Well, no, I can't say that. Yes, there's going to be some innocence in the mix, but for the most part, when I'm looking at it, they pretty much all knew what the game was, man. But this does not excuse the Pope dude. He's a scumbag, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that straight right here. Big Mike and Tony do not let this motherfucker off the hook at all. Whatever he get, he get. But at the same time, we got to hold our girls to a higher standard, man. You know, and that starts by holding their feet to the fire and letting them know, look, whenever you out there and you doing dirt and you get caught doing dirt, you know what I'm saying? You get what you get as well.
And one thing that really vexes me every time we talk about some shit like this, nobody ever says, where were their parents at?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever says shit about the parents. See, you got all this smoke for the white dude, and he should get smoked. But where were the parents? I know in R. Kelly's case, her mother and father went to court and basically committed perjury. They lied on the stand and said that that wasn't their daughter getting pissed on. The mother and father got up there and said that. The parents got up and said that it wasn't their daughter on videotape getting pissed on when everybody clearly knew it was their daughter getting pissed on. That's how this nigga got exonerated. So should they not be held accountable?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to, hold parents accountable for some shit that their daughters may be doing that they don't know about. So
okay, but
yeah.
hold on. But they were in court, dog. They were in court.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, in that instance, yes, you're right. They should be held accountable in that instance. But I'm talking about for the females who with Pope. When your daughters
that their parents didn't know, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite
So
possibly the parents didn't know.
Here's my next question, right?
Right.
They didn't know at the time they did it. What are the parents doing to DJ Pope? Nobody said anything about that either.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What are the parents doing against DJ Pope? See, we got all this smoke for everybody else. You got all this smoke for all these white dudes. But nobody's addressing the girls ain't accountable for shit. Fuck it. Just let them do what they want to do. The parents are not responsible. Nobody is responsible for shit. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. But I'm a pedophile because I got $75 for women over 25.
Mm-hmm.
Me.
Yeah.
Me. And you a pedophile because you fucking with 18 or 19-year-old women.
Which is legal, by the way, and I pay taxes on it. That's right. Taxes, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But according to Chico, that's still not good enough. That ain't good enough for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got the government looking at me, scrutinizing me with the evil eye. You know what I mean? For years. So I don't know what he talking about. Shit, ain't no pedophilia going on over here. Straight up and narrow. Larry Flint and what's the other dude name?
Larry Flint, Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner, yeah, they got the same woes I got, evidently. Shit. Because unbeknownst to these cats, I guess, when they look at the Playboy magazine or that Hustler magazine, the vast majority of them females in there is 18 and 19 years old. You know, I guess they think they so-called grown women. Nah, that ain't how the industry work, man. Industry is 18 and 19. Shit. They getting right off the boat. And that's how I get down, man. Or that's how I used to get down. I don't indulge in the lifestyle no more. I'm too old. I wish I was though, boy. If I knew let me put you this way. If I was like 20 years younger and I had the wisdom that I had now about the game, boy, Ohio would be lit. Except let me tell you, boy, Ohio, it would just be done for. And I really get that nigga something to hate. Because I have his daughter on the front of my goddamn website. Did you hear that, nigga? Make a podcast about that, nigga.
But yeah, I mean it's this shit is stupid. Everybody again that heard that chat, they know that he's making that shit up. They know that and of course he's clearly pandering. We know that too. Okay. We know that he's clearly pandering. But he has to do this for whatever reason. Well, I know why he's doing it, but the shit is actually I didn't even want to say it, but he keeps repeating it. I wasn't going to say anything, but he just keeps repeating it. So I figured, I better say something.
Right.
To let people know what really happened, because that was not what was said on that hangout. We weren't even talking about girls on it. I think if anybody brought up girls that were 18 and 19, it wasn't me. I think it may have been Kevin Samuels. But that wasn't even me, because the conversation wasn't even about young girls. He got triggered when I made this statement. I told this to the young dude on there, cut to the Chase TV. When I told him, I said, no matter what, I said, I will still be dropping my balls on their lips for $75 for cell phone money, And he took that to mean that it's 18 and 19-year-old girls. That just shows you this nigga don't live in the hood.
Man.
That shows you that he don't either he doesn't. He's supposed to be a street nigga that don't understand the hood, or he's just mildly. No, I won't say mildly. He's severely retarded. One or the other. So that's the only reason I addressed this shit. That's the only reason I got up here. That's the only reason that I came up here to say anything. Is that I wanted to clear that up, because again, it was so stupid. So silly that I was just gonna let it go. And I said, well, nah, because he keeps saying it. So I gotta address it. Because everybody that heard that shit, they know what I said. So wait a minute. We got Reigning Woman. We have Reigning. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. Reigning Woman said, and they should be held responsible when they turn a blind eye on their whole like daughters. Yep.
That make too much sense.
That make too much sense,
man. What's going on here with somebody talking some sense? We can't have that. Oh, no. We got to report her to Chico.
Chico.
Chico ain't going to appreciate that.
Chico ain't going to like that, Reigning Woman. Chico ain't going to like that. Chico ain't going to like that because, now you're supporting pedophilia. You just saying anything, to support our talking points. You're just doing anything to co-sign our talking points. We're dumb. He loves to say that too. We're dumb. I can cook you niggas. Can't even get a gas bill in his name, but I can cook you niggas any day of the week.
Just blah.
Yeah.
This shit crazy, man. Can't believe this nigga, man. I gotta give it to him, man. Yeah, he bold with the lies, man. I'm like, damn, dog. You just go yourself there blatantly lie like that, dog. Man. Well, it's so hot that, like I said, Obsidian done jump ship, nigga. Obsidian said, I can't do it no more.
Well, that says a lot. Here's the thing, though. For whatever criticism that I've labeled at that guy, you can't say that the motherfucker don't bring views, because he does. Okay?
Who?
Obsidian.
Okay.
And he brought, the truth be told, dog, he brought the traffic to that channel.
Okay.
I mean, it just is what it is. Because he was the nigga that the hoes love to hate. And he know that. So he bought the traffic. For whatever you want to say about him, he brought the traffic to the channel.
Mm.
And because he brought the traffic to that channel, you know, of course, she made him a co-host. He kind of held that channel up. Truth be told, he did hold that channel up.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got that kind of clout, he know that when he dips, when he leaves, his presence or his absence, I should say, his absence is going to be felt.
Mm-hmm.
You see, but that shit he did that night. That shit he did that night when he came up there talking about he supported the bitch ass, and he loves the word bitch ass. I guess he thinks that makes him look aggressive because he can
Right.
curse. The bitch ass Tony Maceo, and fuck boy, that's his word too. That fuck boy Tony Maceo got up there and he was talking about how he gonna put his balls on another girl's lip for $75. You know.
Hey man, he was salty about that for some reason. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he
why is he
was.
having a meltdown?
Yeah.
Man.
You were up there slapping hands with that fuckboy Tony Maceo. You know, I mean, he was screaming at the top of his lungs. You know. And he was like, and then Obsidian says, well, if you have a problem with them, go see them.
Right.
And he constantly screaming, the fuckboys, that bitch ass, you was sitting up there slapping hands with your daddy. Tony. Now all of a sudden he's my son.
Right.
You sitting up there slapping hands with that bitch ass Tony Maceo, that fuck boy. Go back to your daddy. I mean, he was going. She had to cut the stream short. She had to literally cut the stream short, and then she brought it back up though. She brought it back up, and then he said some other, dumb shit that And the people that were there in the chat said clearly. I was watching the chat, and the people there in the chat said he clearly wasn't saying that. The people there in the chat clearly, opposed what he was saying.
Right.
But I guess for whatever reason, he had to get that shit off his chest. For whatever reason, he had to get that off of his chest. I don't, hey. I mean,
It sounded, like I said, it just sounded real personal, man, because he was real emotional about the shit, like it was on his chest. It was just on his heart for the past couple days, and he had to just vent it, man. And I'm like, man, Tony must have really, triggered this nigga, man. He wasn't really triggering him because he had to go somewhere and vent. Someone had to be the recipient of his wrath, his anger, his righteous indignation.
I know what it was. He got mad because I told him I'd send the marshals down there to pick his ass up. And I meant that. I will send the marshals to get you. I will send the marshals to get you. I wasn't bullshitting about that.
But Tony, that's snitching. You can't
look.
Do that.
I told you I don't adhere to this dusty nigga outlaw ethic. I told you that. I told you that. I will get him locked up and send him a care package. I mean that. I will do that.
But Tony, man, that makes you not a real nigga, man. You want to be a real nigga.
I don't give a shit about being no real nigga. I don't give. If they were to go down there and shoot his ass in the chest with a bean bag, I wouldn't give a shit. I don't. I would give two fucks.
Oh man,
we got a question here. Billy Jeff says, who should be held responsible? Who should be held responsible? The fathers for their 18-year-old daughter's sexuality. Well, Billy Jeff, the answer is nobody, because the law says she's legal. She's legal. Regardless as to what Chico says, the law says when you're 18, you're legal.
You're grown.
You're grown. So you mean to tell me when she's 18, she can go get an apartment? When she's 18, she can go sign up to become she can go sign up to become a soldier. She can go to the military. She can have a driver's license. She can sign up for government benefits. She can sign up for every damn thing when she's 18, but she cannot fuck.
Oh man.
That's what that means. So I guess the answer to your question is this. The answer to your question is this. Nobody is responsible because she's legal. Period. Nobody. Pharaoh Edmondson, do not put gangster and that nigga's name in the same sentence. That is a violation on this channel. Do not put gangster and that nigga's name in the same sentence.
Oh man. What I'm gonna do with y'all, man?
You can say a dusty drug mule. That's accurate. That's accurate.
Billy said he was just responding to Raining Woman.
Oh, okay. Okay. She said the father should be responsible. Whatever. What's up, said? The documentary I saw, Playboy bunnies don't make more than $75 a day.
What?
The formula's airtight. The formula's airtight. Hef was even hitting them off with the 75.
Shit, man.
Hef is hitting them off with the 75.
The game is real, boy.
You know. So I mean, again, this was really kind of, it was really kind of silly, but I had to say something. I just had to say something, dude. I just couldn't. I was gonna let it slide because it was petty, but I just had to address it at some point. Pharaoh said DJ Kid was tricking with concert tickets. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Shit.
And again, it's always one of, those hood bitches that was steering them to him for those tickets. So should they not be held responsible?
Man, I done seen some of the most grimiest interactions ever, man, with these chicks, man. I done had females basically lie to other females just to try and get them in my face and have them come to my front door. You know what I mean? Because, I was doing the porn thing. And you know what you got to do when you do the porn thing? You got to get naked. You having sex on video. These females that will bring them to my door, they be lying. They be saying, oh, well, when you go there, you ain't got to do nothing. You taking pictures in bikinis and whatnot and shit. Then I get a female in here, I quiz her, like, you know what's going on, right? You know what's about to go down, right? She's like, yeah, I'm just taking pictures in bikinis in a phone. I'm like, no. That's not what's going down, baby. You know what I mean? And then I got to go back out to the car to the female, that brought the other female. I'd be like, why are you lying to this girl, man? I done told you. You know what I mean? Don't be lying to him when you bring him to my spot, man. I'm like, now both y'all got to bounce. Y'all got to go, man, because you done misrepresented the hustle. You know what I mean? So when I'm looking at that kid shit, that DJ shit, man, I'm already 5 moves ahead of most of these niggas that's even reading the articles or looking at the story. I already know what it is, man. He all hugged up on the bitches and shit. I know there's one female in there that's, it's like 4 or 5 females that done brought the rest of them chicks, man. And so then we got Chico dumbass talking about they all innocent. Get your stupid ass out my face, man. You ain't what kind of street nigga? I'm disgusted just by hearing this nigga, anyone refer to him as a street nigga. I like, you can't be from the streets and be this goddamn naive and stupid, man. But evidently this ain't his wheelhouse. He don't know as much as he let on, obviously, because he don't know shit.
Yeah. Well, that or he's pandering. And we know what that is. He's pandering because he kind of lost face, when he was in the chat room. He kind of lost face in the discussion. So he has to swing the momentum back in onto his talking points. So I don't know what to say. But again, The pedophiles in the black community, if we're talking about who the pedophiles in the black community are, the pedophiles in the black community tend to look like Chico.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they tend to be. If they're not, family members, like I said, an uncle, cousin, granddaddy, somebody like that, it's usually a nigga just like him.
Mm.
It's usually somebody just like him, somebody who their mothers brought in the homes over them. Go and look at again. If you guys think I'm lying, go look at any story. For every story that you may find of a family member or of a so-called upstanding citizen molesting these little black girls, you're going to find 100 stories of niggas just like him molesting black girls.
Mm.
There are hundreds of stories of niggas just like him molesting children. And that's why when he put that shit up, because I saw his little raggedy ass live this morning where he was talking that shit about, these white teachers and so forth and so on molesting these children, But what he doesn't tell you is that the molesters again tend to be niggas like him. He ain't gonna put that up.
Mm.
He ain't gonna show y'all that since he's supposed to be so factual, since his content is supposed to be so factually based. He ain't gonna show you that.
Mm.
Because if he was to show you the face of a molester, of a pedophile, he would have to look in the mirror.
Shit. The funny thing, man, it's just beautiful having all these life experiences that I've had, man, because when I was working in the joint, man, for 10 years, man, and you know how it is when cats say that if you molest or if you rape someone and you go to the joint, you have a hard time in there. Cats want to get at you, man.
Yeah.
It actually surprised me because when you think of a molester before, I got into the game because this is like 1993. I was always thinking of some goofball nerd type dude, you know what I mean? That's touching on females, man. But when I got in there, man, and for 10 years, it really surprised me to see how many so-called street dudes or dudes with mouthpieces or charismatic dudes from the street was in there for touching on little girls, man. That kind of blew me way back because I was expecting to see, fat dumpy dudes wearing glasses, just some overall, the standard pedophile profile that the media would like to perpetrate to you, man. But a lot of times, man, it wasn't like that, man. It was a cats just like Chico, man. Cats just like Chico.
Yeah, it's
I got 10
always
years
niggas
of
like
experience
Chico.
on it.
Yeah,
Right.
It's always a nigga just like him.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a nigga just like him. And
Man.
even when you remember that podcast we did about the girl that got shot by the police, what was her name? Corinne, with the baby in the car.
Yeah.
And they were coming to look for, well, she had a bunch of traffic tickets, first of all. And she was up there talking about that pro-black Moorish temple shit. Show me your identification papers and shit like that. And they came to serve a simple, warrant. They were pulling over because she was driving on a goddamn expired paper license plate. And she was talking about, show me your identification. Show me your, and he was like, okay, this is my badge number. And she asked for some strange ass identification number. And she told the little boy that you better fight. If they try to take you, you better fight, and so forth and so on. And they wound up killing her. And then the nigga who she was fucking with had like a bunch of damn warrants, and they were looking for him too. A nigga that was living off her had a bunch of damn warrants for drugs and gun cases. That nigga.
Mm-hmm.
These are the niggas that put your children in jeopardy.
Mm.
These are the niggas that put your children, niggas just like him. I mean, you don't see the fingerprint? That dusty ass pro-black hood rat ideology. Warrants all over the goddamn place. Him.
Mm.
That's your pedophile. That's your pedophile right there. Now, Randy Woman says molesters have various backgrounds. That's true. You're right. They do have various backgrounds. But if you look at the majority of the cases in the black community, look at the majority of the cases and look at who is the real threat to these little girls. Look at who is the one that is molesting these children. Who are the ones killing these little girls? Who are the ones abusing these little girls? It ain't us. We're the ones buying the little girls Christmas presents. We're the ones contributing funds to the home so that the lights stay on. We ain't in the house. He is. He's in the house, not us. He is. So who would have the opportunity? Who would have the opportunity to fuck with these little girls? Inner Beauty TV says, sadly, pedos prey on single mothers. Exactly. Exactly. Prey on single mothers and their daughters. Exactly.
Yeah, I won't never be alone with any of my female's daughters, man. Never, ever. You ain't gonna be able to set me up, Jack, man. You know, but at the same time, I do support my girls, man. You know what I mean? Because I told you how I basically broke off boss chicks some money because her daughter's in college, and I've been on her daughter since she was like 7 or 8 years old. You know what I mean? But even though I'm close to her like that, and she's still like a daughter to me, I'm still never alone with her. You know what I mean? And that's how much I care about her, and I care about myself as well. You know what I mean? Because I don't want no misunderstandings at all. Because there's been plenty of times where she'd be like, well, I need you to go pick up such and such. Like, nope. Ain't gonna do that. You, like, do we have a witness? Are you coming? Is there someone else? I mean, I need someone of age that's gonna come with me to pick her up. And they all think that's kind of strange coming from me. But you know, in this day and age, man, where allegations is enough to ruin your life, you know, I plays no games, man. You know what I mean? But yet still, it's still done out of respect though, because I respect her mama and I respect the daughter. You know what I mean? So there's
You
always gonna
ain't
be someone there.
supposed to do that. You a pedophile. You ain't supposed to do that.
Well, yeah, I'm a pedophile because I like him 18 and 19. Yes, I do. Yes. They ain't never gonna shame me out of that.
You ain't
But
supposed to
yeah.
do that.
Yeah. But I draws the line, man. I ain't no square. Hell no, man. Shit. If a female approach me, she 18 and 19, dog, she can get it. She can get it, son. You know what I mean? But like I said, you gotta be of age, you gotta be legal. But this nigga talking this stupid shit about 30 years old to be a woman. I gotta hear that shit again, man. Because I think you lying, man. You lying.
No,
on
he
this nigga,
did
man.
say that. He did say that. He said that he could produce studies because when he was confronted about, you know, the age of consent, he said he could produce studies to show that that women don't become or reach the age of maturity or become adults until they're 30 years of age. He actually said that. He says, so that would mean that, you know, he came up with that would mean that you niggas are still kids. I mean, some stupid, severely double dribbling, retarded kid shit. Just to try to sound eloquent. I can't even use the word intelligent, just to try to sound eloquent. Okay. And you know, that's just some shit he just wants to have. He just want to run his dick suckers about something. He just want to, you know, bump his chapped ass, broken concrete looking lips about. Just to have something to clown us about or try to clown us about. You know. But it was stupid, but he actually said that. He could show studies that show that women don't become girls don't become women until they reach 30. And then, but then when he had another podcast, he dropped it to 25. He dropped it to 25. You know, and
Okay.
so now he's going on this warship. He's going on this warship about, you know, women and rape and all this shit, and then trying to tie me into that. Pedophilia, trying to tie me into that. And everybody knows that shit is backwards, you know. And yeah, that's what he says. So females are children until age 30. He said he could produce studies to show that. That's actually what this nigga said, you know. So again, it's bullshit. It's nigga babble. It's bum nigga babble. It's dusty nigga logic. And you know, that's what it is. And please, here's another thing. Everybody, please do not use that nigga's name in here. I will not give him the courtesy of using his name. His name is Chico. Chico is his name. Chico is his name. Do not call that nigga. Do not spell that nigga's name in my shit. His name is Chico. Chico. That's this nigga's name. So, yeah, it was retarded. Yeah, it was backwards, you know. No, he didn't, Craig. No, he didn't. What it is, and here's what happened. Craig Jefferson said, no, you are right, Billy Jeff. You are right. He said that it's painstakingly obvious that Chico has not read the 48 Laws of Power. Big mistake. He didn't do research on y'all. No, he didn't. And the reason he's doing what he's doing is because I don't go out of my way to fuck with people. And so a lot of shit that he said before about me back in the maybe 4 or 5 months ago, whenever it was, I kind of ignored him because I knew he was really retarded. Most of these jail niggas are retarded, even when they're boasting themselves to be intelligent. I know that they're borderline retarded. And so he has the jail nigga flag that he's waving, you know, the hood nigga flag that he's waving on YouTube. So I kind of, you know, let him go. I didn't say anything. The first time he was saying, I was like, okay, this is just nigga babble. This is just bum nigga babble. So I didn't really address it. And I just, you know, let that shit slide. And so I let it slide for a minute, and eventually he went away. And so he just recently started up again. So with niggas like these, they take your kindness, they take that as a license to violate you. You know, they take it as a license to disrespect you. And so now I had to come out and say something because, again, when you let a nigga like this slide, he wants to ice skate on you, and I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to let that happen. So that's essentially the only reason that I'm really addressing this shit. And I know I've said this 3 or 4 times, but it's the only reason I'm here. It's the only reason I'm here, you know. So, but it was my brother who said that his daughter, his 18-year-old daughter, is in trouble. You know,
I think she's older than that, man.
But I'm sure she's probably older.
But,
That's some shit, you know, he said
to
try to gain sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
That's some shit he's saying to try to make himself look, you know, appealing. That's him pandering.
Mm-hmm.
That's him pandering because he knows that he's one of the niggas that we were talking about. Dusty, living off females. Again, like I said on our other podcast, you know, he uses bitches to clean him up. He uses women to launder him or launder his name. They make him legitimate because everything is in their names. You know, he gets around through them. He cannot move except through them. So that's really what that was about. And I think I struck a nerve when I said some of that shit. But I know I struck a nerve when I told him I was going to send the marshals for him. I know I struck a nerve when I said that. I know I hit a nerve when I said that. And I was absolutely serious. I was dead serious when I said that. I will send the marshals for you. If I find out the tag number of that van, I will send them for you. But
nah.
he got in his feelings about that. And he got in his feelings about the fact that I went over his record live on YouTube. And this is public record. This is not doxing. This is public record. Anybody can go and pull his record up. And so
I wouldn't give a fuck if it is considered doxing. Fuck this nigga, man.
You know,
Hey, check this shit out, man. Hey, when you over here fucking with Mac City, man, we built for the long haul, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you keep playing games, you keep talking shit, we gonna be here going toe to toe, blow for blow, nigga. So you know, cats talking shit about, you know, you should be able to just dissect his arguments without bringing in personal shit. We could do both that. We could do all that shit, man. But you know, it's a situation where, nigga, if you gonna play games, man, you gonna figure out, man, that we the best that ever played this shit, man. So keep talking shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna be no quarter. We gonna be in your ass, fuck nigga.
yeah.
Shit. We gonna be about it. So keep playing games, nigga.
I think, okay, what did Rainy Woman said? The marshals? Yeah, baby, the marshals. Absolutely, the federal marshals. She said, I think that goes against the man code. Oh, you mean like, yeah, that goes against the man code. That's, you know, that's that.
No.
I don't have any adherence to that dusty nigga hotep ethic. I don't have any adherence to that. It ain't that's not a real nigga. So does it go against the man code to sell dope in the black community? Is that against the man code? Is that against the man code to lay up on a bitch? Is that against the man code? Is that against the man code to have everything in your woman's name? Is that against the man code? Since we're talking about the man code, you know, is that against the man code too? Would you accept a dusty nigga like that laying up on you? Would you go rent a minivan in your name for that nigga? Would you do that? Is that you? Do you call that being a man? Yeah, that's what I thought. Let me ask you another question. Would you have a baby by this nigga? Would you produce children with this nigga? I'm just asking. And of course, I have to accept any answer you give me. But yeah, that's what I thought. Anti-gravity says, how do you get the conversation? How did the conversation get to you calling the marshals on him? It got to me calling the marshals on him, anti-gravity, because I don't give a shit about these niggas. That's why. These niggas are not my brothers. They're not. And they're not your brothers. They're not. Stop thinking that these niggas are Malcolm X just because they went to prison. The only thing they got in common with Malcolm X is a prison record.
Hey, hold on. I think most of these cats are probably trying to figure out for what reason would you call the marshals on this dude, but we can't necessarily let that out the bag. You know what I mean? That's under the raps type shit.
That's confidential information.
That's confidential information right now.
Information.
So what Tony was saying, if he find out your location and us knowing what we know about how you moving and shaking right now, nigga, if he get a 20 on you, he won't hesitate to call the marshals
in a heartbeat.
So it ain't necessarily like he done did something to Tony to the magnitude that we got to call the marshals on him. There's some other shit going on behind the scenes, way this nigga living. You know what I mean? So, but we can't necessarily speak on that right now.
We can't. Yeah. No, we can't. But I guarantee, like I said, if I can do it, I will. I can do it, I will. Because again, do it, and when he get locked up, send him a care package. I do that. I'm on that. I'm that petty. I'm that petty.
Mm-hmm.
So what did she say? She said, I will not do any of that. Hell no, no baby Chicos.
Yeah, shoot.
So, you know, the thing is when you
Hey,
say the
hey,
man
they,
code, go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
When you say
No,
the
I was
man
just,
code, everything this nigga is doing against the man is against the man code. Everything this nigga is doing is against the man code. And as far as they said, well, is this the man code? Uh, is this against the man code in the manosphere? See, that's what you have to understand over here. We don't go with the crowds. We're not dudes that follow the crowd.
we do what we do.
We do what we do. We don't care what everybody else is doing.
If niggas
We
want heat, we gonna give them the heat, and we gonna give
exactly,
it to them how we want them to have it.
exactly,
Shit.
exactly. We don't follow the crowd over here. You know. So he said, I heard Chico was a lookout man in Ohio. He's too dumb to be the lookout, dog.
Man.
He's too dumb. But the thing is with these niggas, they're just dumb enough to be dangerous, but they're only dangerous to the people around them. They're dangerous to the motherfuckers around them, and they're dangerous to the community in terms of the long-term damage that they do. See, why we talking about saving the community? If you want to save the community, the first thing you got to do is get rid of niggas like this. The first thing you got to do is get rid of niggas like this. You know.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I was trying to I found something that was really interesting, man. Do you know what you call a baby goat?
No. What do you call baby goat?
I believe that the operative term is a kid.
Oh.
I think that's what it is. I just find that kind of interesting that we were just talking about pedophiles, Chico, and Chico is trying to basically mess you up with DJ Kid. You know what I mean? So I found that, the universe is speaking to me.
And his
speaking in
name
tongues
literally
over here.
means kid.
Yes. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Chico, the goat, kid. You know what I'm saying? What was it? Where did that go, man? Yeah, a baby goat is called a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raining Woman, she pegged it right there. She knows what it's called. A baby goat is called a kid. The DJ, the white dude that was on that bullshit, DJ Kid. I'm like, universe trying to tell us something, Tony.
Yeah. I told you.
Something.
I told you who the real pedophiles are in the black community, who they tend to be. Who they tend to be in the black community is usually them. Chico.
Chico, the baby goat.
Chico, the baby goat.
The pro-black baby goat.
Yeah.
Shoot.
It's usually him. So, I don't, you know what? I'm getting bored now.
Okay.
I'm getting bored now. I've done and said what I wanted to say. And so I hope this clears up any misconceptions. And it can't be no misconceptions. It really isn't any misconceptions because everybody knew what I was talking about. Everybody knew where I was coming from, and everybody knew what I was saying. So again, if you equate me to a pedophile. That's and even though that's not the case, but he keeps repeating it. So just know, Chico, don't slip up. I saw that little video that you put up when you were talking to the mentally ill homeless dude out in front of the church when you were on sitting next to that mentally ill homeless dude. I'm just gonna let you know every image you put up, I'm gonna Google the image until I get your 20. I'm just gonna tell you.
Man.
I'm just gonna tell you. I'm going to Google the image until I get your 20. And if I get your 20, I'm passing it on to the marshals.
Anti-gravity say he got a question.
What's your question? What's your question? What's your question, anti-gravity? I'm waiting. Let's see what we got here. ARC needs to come back, man. Y'all had all-star panels. We see. Okay. And that's another thing. Thank you for the comment, Billy Jeff. But that's another thing that's another rule that I intend to enforce here. I'm not going to get in the habit of mentioning other people on this channel. I'm not going to get into the habit. I will gladly clap back against other niggas, and we may talk about content that they make in our response to content, but I don't want to get in the habit of mentioning other people's names, especially in this environment, because people get really sensitive when you start mentioning their names. And I know how these niggas are. A lot of them want you to bow down and kiss the ring and all of that, and I'm not even I'm not even gonna entertain as far as panels. I take that back. I'm gonna have panels. I will have panels, but they'll be with dudes who are exceptional. I'm gonna have panels with, like, I'm supposed to do a panel with Yusuf Watif, and I think he may be still in here somewhere. Yusuf Watif, I'm gonna do a martial arts panel with him. I'm gonna do a panel with the urban aboriginal. I'm gonna do stuff with panels with cats like that who really don't get enough attention on Black YouTube, who really don't get enough traffic and get enough respect on Black YouTube. I'm not gonna be dealing with these these so-called mainstream Negroes, with the exception of maybe O'Shea Duke Jackson on the Negro Manosphere, because that's my homie or whatever. But as far as the rest of these dudes, man, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm just not gonna do it. I guess here's his question. These pro-blacks have sullied the name of ancient African history. Ankhs used to be sacred. Now it's a joke. How do we fight these guys and reclaim it? Call the marshals.
You can't call the marshals on everybody.
Call
man.
the marshals. Most of these niggas have warrants. I'm gonna give you your answer. Most of these niggas have warrants. You want to fight them? You ain't got to fight them. Call the marshals.
Oh shit!
You want to fight them? Call the police. Call the police. If they choke the shit out of them, so be it. If they beat their ass, so be it.
Call the marshals.
Call the marshals. That's my answer. Call the marshals. That's my answer. Call them. Call them. You goddamn right. Call them. That's my answer. Because again, these niggas are the biggest impediment to the rise and empowerment of the Black community. Call the marshals. You want to fight them? Call them. You don't have to do the thing about it is the smartphones. You can pick up your smartphone and just 911. Boom. Dusty nigga on the premises. Come get him. Run his name. Come get him. Call the marshals. That's all you have to do. Call the marshals. Call the cops. Call the police. Call the sheriffs. Come get them. How O'Shea Duke Jackson said, gotta go. Against the wall. Let's go. Let's go. Get him up. That's right. That's right. Get him up. Let's go. Get him up.
But once again, when it comes to the marshals, understand, y'all, we got some shit cooking in the pot, and we'll serve no wine before it's time. So cannot divulge why the marshals need to be called just yet. We saving that for a rainy day, just in case this nigga gets super ridiculous. That's all.
That's what you do. Does that answer your question? Anti-gravity. Call the police. You see him, call the police, and don't feel any shame or embarrassment about it. In the Black community, we don't give a shit about that real nigga code. That real nigga. We don't give a shit about that. I stopped giving a fuck about that a long time ago. I stopped giving a fuck because these niggas, that don't let them convince you into thinking that they're Alton Sterlings. Don't let them make you think that they're Trayvon Martin. Don't let them think that they are Philando Castile. They're not Michael Browns or Tamar Rices. They're just your local dusty corner dealer. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Just your local dusty bum nigga. That's it. Yeah, you're right, Randy Woman. That's how we're gonna clean up the community. Yep, that's how we do it. Get rid of them. Gotta go. Let's go. Get them up to the wall. Let's go. Get them up. Get them up out of here. The black race can't afford you no more. Get them up out of here. We're done feeling sorry for you. We're done rationalizing your oppression. We're done with that. We're done with your silly ass ethics. We're done with your street code. We're done with all of that shit. Get them up out of here. Get them up. You're not Malcolm X. You're not Malcolm. Get them up out of here. Nope. You're not Monster Cody. Get them up out of here. You're not George Jackson. Get them up out of here. We're done making excuses for you. Gotta go.
Yo, my phone, man, you know, it's about time to do that tricking thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It got some things that's hot off the
You're
press.
gonna go commit some pedophilia, Matt? You're gonna
Man,
go commit pedophilia?
Well, according to Chico, I guess it is what it is. I guess it's pedophile time, nigga.
Oh, nigga.
Yeah, it got a
Nigga.
little breezy. Got
You
breezy
going
out
out there
there
to
that
fuck with
requires
them young black girls? Is that what you're gonna go do?
Them young black women. Don't say girls, say women. Shit,
You're gonna go fuck with them young black women? You really gonna go do that?
Oh yeah, she legal, dog. Oh yeah, she legal. Mm-hmm. This nigga, man, trying to shame a motherfucker, man. Get the fuck out of here, man, with this Sesame Street ass shit. This nigga talking, man. Yeah, man. But I'm about to jump in this shower, man. Get ready for this rendezvous, man. I'm gonna have to bounce, man. So I appreciate everybody coming on through. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Listening to what we had to say about the matter in the situation. You know what I mean? So, all right, Tony, man, hit me up later on, man, when you get some time, bro.
All right, bro. Peace out.
Peace out.
Everybody look out for my new channel, which is coming, which is going to be Genosha TV. There's going to be no niggadry on that channel. It's going to be all men that are exceptional, that are overachievers, that are, men that are the real movers and shakers behind the scenes. It's going to be a channel for squares. It's going to be a channel for squares and squares only. We will not use the words alpha male, beta male, select, non-select. We're not using any of that shit. It's just going to be for those men that are overachievers, the true creme de la creme of not only just the black community, but communities across the color spectrum. Look out for Genosha TV. It's on the way. And there will be no niggadry over there. There will be no niggadry over there. And that's how we're going to do it. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope, we've cleared up any misconceptions. I'm about to get out of here. I have a few questions. Are y'all going to get a super chat? I think you have to. Seti said, ask, are we going to get a super chat? I think you have to have 1,000 people to get a super chat. My martial arts podcast is going to be out sometime in the next day or so. Dollar Will, shout out to Dollar Will. I will drop the link for Genosha TV. I will have a link for the martial arts forum that we have coming up. And that's about it. I got to get on with my day. I had to move around a couple of appointments to even be here. Shout out to Reigning Woman, and shout out to Inner Beauty Movement, that came through to, give us a little bit of shine. Y'all go over there and check her out because she's saying some real shit over there. She's dropping some real game. Go over there and check her out and listen to what she has to say, because that game that she has over there is saving the lives of a lot of young black women. They're saving the lives. It's saving the lives of a lot of young women, period, but especially young black women. Go over there and listen to what she has to say. Don't go over there trolling her shit and being disrespectful. If you disagree, you disagree, but go over there and listen to what she has to say. Okay. With that being said, oh, Game Changer. Okay, good, good. I'll be listening tonight because I saw the Revenge of the Nerd show that she's promoting. So I saw that, that she was promoting on her, I think her thumbnail. So I will be there tonight listening to that show because I have some things to say about these brothers. I think they've been demonized for far too long. I think it's time that they come out of the closet. We come out of the shadows and come out into the sunlight because it's the so-called nerds that are the real movers and shakers. We are the power behind the Black community. We are the gifted in the Black community, not niggas like Chico. So with that being said, I'm out of here. You guys enjoy your day.